Okay, now speaking of In Sync, let's talk about Lance Bass because we was talking about Joey Fatone earlier, but now Lance Bass, who also was in the documentary Boy Band Confidential, it recently did an interview where he spoke about what had happened when Joey Fatone had found out that Lance was a homosexual. So, but hold on, I was like, where is? I hate when I can't find something that I'm looking for. Okay, I got it. So yeah, this is what. Okay, thank you. I was like, why is the picture taking so long to upload? So Bass and Fatone both spoke of the moment in an interview for Fatone's upcoming docu-series Boy Band Confidential, with a clip from the series being shared by USA Today on the 13th of April, saying, "We go out one night. We all go back to Lance's house. I pass out in one of the guest bedrooms. I wake up at like 3 in the morning. I'm like, I gotta leave. I go to his bedroom, open the door. There's nobody in there." He explains how he went to check Bass's office, saying, "I opened the door and he's sitting there, and there's this guy." Girl, he said, "There's this guy straddling on top of him." Let me find out that Lance is a top. He definitely gives top boy energy. Bass continued the story. "I was at my computer and my boyfriend at the time, my very first boyfriend, was sitting on my lap. As per the story, Fatone got quiet and apologized for walking in, but Bass encouraged Fatone to enter the room so they could talk. I was like, surprise. He said, "Oh, please, I don't care," said Bass. I knew he wouldn't care, but it was just so nice to hear those words and finally have one of the members of your group know and be like, "I don't care." Now, I wonder how the rest of them felt. When Bass asked Fatone to keep the news to himself, Fatone was more than happy to oblige. I go, "Lance, I love you," Fatone recalled. "I said, you're my brother. You let me know when it's right for you to tell. I'm not saying nothing to the guys." It's funny how you have somebody so progressive that would think like that, especially back in those days, where it's like, "Oh, yeah, like, I don't care. I got you." But I guess maybe because Joey is from the theater and, you around all them gays. So maybe in so many ways he's used to it. Now, Bass eventually publicly came out as a homosexual in 2006 in an interview with People. At the time, he said, "I knew that I was in this popular boy band and I had four other guys' careers in my hand. And I knew that if I ever acted on it or even said that I was a homosexual," he said gay, um, "it would overpower everything." And that's always the burden that unfortunately queer, closeted artists have to carry. It's like, I'm a part of this ensemble, and even if you're not even a part of an ensemble, if you're a solo artist like Ricky Martin and so many others, it's like I have this huge thing on my shoulders. I have all these people that are depending on me. They're making money off me. They're in my employ. My career's taking off. I'm getting everything I finally want, but I can't be my true, authentic self and be out and comfortable as a out and proud gay man. So now I have to keep this burden, this thing buried, and not a burden because I don't think it's not a burden, but I have to keep this thing buried deep within because I don't want to I don't want this to mess it up for everybody else, including myself. So it's unfortunate you have to deal with that. But that's all fear mongering. That's all because the industry is always worrying about what other people think, and that the kids aren't going to want to support a group that has a gay member in it. But that's all that hokey crap. Most of the kids don't care. If they like, if you they part of their favorite little group or whatever, excuse me, that's what they're here for at the end of the day. But that's all that Hollywood mumbo jumbo. They don't want to have. They're worrying about shareholders and all that crap. So, um, he said, "I didn't know. Could that be the end of NSYNC?" So I had that weight on me of like, wow, if I ever let anyone know, it's bad. So I just never did. Now, Fatone also contributed to the interview, speaking in support of Bass for his sexuality and his decision to come out. He said he took years to really think about how he was going to tell everyone. I back him up 100%. So it's good to see that you have somebody in your corner that genuinely loves and cares about you. But like I said before, I'm genuinely curious to find out, how did Chris take it? How did JC take it? How did Justin take it? So, um, I'd be curious to hear about all that tea, but who knows? We'll see how far. I mean, if they mention any of that in the doc, if they haven't already. So, I still this to say, what do you guys think of this story regarding Lance Bass sharing a moment regarding Joey Fatone discovering by accident that Lance was one of the girls? No, I'm just like not one of the girls. That he likes men of the same, well, people of the same gender. So whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments down below.